who are reprobates who will be made an example of. Guys brought into the ministry who are reprobates who will be made an example of. And Al-Azhar was a perfect example of that. And there are going to be many more. Okay? Again, the Apostle Paul said, every man's work shall be tested, shall be tried. So all you brothers and sisters that have been called into this thing, called into the ministry, we all shall be tried. We all shall be tested. The ultimate test is that microchip. When they make that thing mandatory. Now the faith, because remember this thing of ours is based upon faith, right? Now the faith of every Israelite shall be tested. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive what? A mark. Again.
All right, shalom, shalom. Giving all praises, all glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash. Double honors to my apostles and my elders at Great Millstone who rule well. All right, and peace and salutations to all you brothers out there preaching this truth throughout the four corners, with truth and sincerity in your hearts and for the love of the gospel. I'm the brother Shamar Yah, coming to you with another lesson. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And like you saw in the video before you, that was the Apostle Gabar, Great Millstone. And he made a lesson, of course, but at that particular timestamp in the lesson, he said, take heed to how you build upon, because every man's work should be tested. And the ultimate test is the mark of the beast, man. Or is the MOTB. Every man's work is going to be tested. All right. Of what you're made of. What were you doing while the evil day was not coming? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 3:10. It says, according to the grace of Yahweh, which is given to me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed to how he build thereupon. All right, so take heed to how you build thereupon. It says, for other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So Yahweh Shai is the foundation. All right, and when you build upon the foundation, that's you building yourself up in Yahweh Shai. All right, that's being more, having more fortitude. All right, growing on a level in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, now if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest of the day that shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide, which he have built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. All right, so that fire is going to try you, and it's going to prove what were you doing in your spare time, in your alone time. Were you seeking the Lord 10 times harder, like the scripture says, or were you preaching lies, man, doing reprobate acts? All right, and reprobate, how he said in the video, Apostle Gabar said, he said, these men are reprobates, which means voids of judgment, which that's true. Void of judge. What's the judgment? The judgment is what the scripture says. All right, implying what the scriptures say in your day-to-day walk. So if you're not implementing these judgments, these statutes, these commandments, these rules according to your life and your everyday walk, then you lack judgment. All right, according to the scriptures, it says the scriptures talk about rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, if you're not doing that, then you're building of hay, wood, and stubble. All right, you're not building of that gold and silver. You're building of things that are flammable. All right, because gold, precious stones, silver, These are things that withstand fire. All right, these are things that can stand through the fire. But wood, hay, and stubble is going to just become debris. All right, and you don't want to build upon the foundation with wood, hay, and stubble. You want to build upon it with stone. All right. Let me get some precepts real quick. I have some precepts. I had a couple written down because Yahweh Shai is that rock, right? And then there's a couple scriptures uh, saying that, Yahweh Shai is that rock. He's the foundation, you know? So I'm going to start with the book of Salakia. Start with 18:2. Actually, let me get it in another app. It's the book of Psalms 18:2. The Lord is my rock, he is and my fortress, and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler, and the horn of my salvation, my high tower. All right. So the Lord, hey, and it's King David. King David speaking, the Lord is my rock and my fortress. Okay. So he's gonna call upon the Lord. He said, I will call upon the Lord, verse 3, who is worthy to be praised. So shall it be saved. So shall I be saved of mine enemies. All right. So that's that fire, man. When the enemy come in like a flood, the scripture says that the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right. I think I know exactly where that one is. This is the book of Isaiah 59, 59, and 15. No, it's not 15. It's 19. It's the book of Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right, and that's because you've founded your work upon that rock. And if you founded your work upon that rock, which is Yahweh Shai, you're not going to deviate, all right, from the path that Yahweh Shai has laid before you. You're not going to go and preach other things that the scripture's not talking about. All right, you're not going to go and because that lacks judgment. The judgment is what the Lord laid before us to do. All right, that's the judgment. So if you do things outside of that, then you are void of that judgment, meaning you are reprobate. All right, so the Spirit of the Lord is not going to lift up that standard, all right, against the enemies when they come in like a flood. Because why? Because you build, you call on the name Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You say the Lord, you love the Lord, but when it comes to your building, your work, your ministry, how you teach, how you move, all right, how you live your life according to the scriptures, it's false. It doesn't line up with the word, all right, which is the judgment. It's the book of so remember that rock, right? Remember that rock, and the last one we got in Psalms 18. This is the book of give me one moment. Give me a second. Bear with me. Here. All right. Salakia. But back to what we're talking about. So we're talking about the rock, right? Building upon that rock, which is that rock is Yahweh Shai. It's the book of Matthew, the 7th chapter, 24. It says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. All right, so that house is your work. All right, because when you working, when you're trying to gain spiritual gifts, all right, understand prophecy, trying to understand the law, looking words up, looking, studying, show thyself approved. When you're doing these things, you're working, and it's liking into your house, because the scripture said, "I runneth into him and are safe." All right. The scripture said, "Like thy name is like a fortress, and I run into it and I am safe." A high tower, I run into it and I am safe. So it says, I would liken him into a wise master builder, right? I'm sorry, not wise master builder. I'm mixing two scriptures together. 24. It says, "I will liken him into a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And when the rain descended, and the floods came." See, we just got that word floods. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the rain and the floods and the winds blew. It says, "And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house." All right, it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. All right, and that house is your mind, man. It's you. You are the house. You are the house. You know, you are being built up in Yahweh Shai. You know, and it says it. It says it later. We'll get there later. It says, "And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall thereof." All right. So great was the fall thereof, man, because they wasn't what they did. They wasn't build it on the foundation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's like, it's compared to hearing the sayings of the Yahweh Shem Yahushua and not even doing them. You know. So remember when it said the floods came and the wind and the rain descended and the wind blew. So that's in the day of judgment, the tribulation. All right, that's in the day of judgment. What was the book of Jeremiah say? The day of judgment is no day is like it. Jeremiah 30:7. "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." All right, so he shall be saved out of it, those that believe on his word. But what about the ones that don't? Hey, when that flood and the rain, all right, is when it comes, the destruction, the fire, right, the house is going to crumble. Understand? It's the book of 1 Corinthians 3, and I left off at 15. It says, "If any man's work shall be burned," all right, "if any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire." It says, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you?" See, we are the temple, man. So how we build is building ourselves up, like the book of Colossians say. Get that one next. Book of Colossians 2:7. It says 2:6. "As ye have therefore received Yahushua Mashiach the Lord, so walk ye in him." All right, so you're building your house. You already got the foundation. You received the Lord. So walk ye in him. Walking in the Lord is doing what he said to do. All right, and trusting in the Lord with all thy mind and thy heart and thy strength. It says, "Rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving." You know, rooted and built up in him. So that's the point I want to get. Rooted and built up in him, established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. So everyone has been taught by a man. All right, and these men that teach us, they taught you about Yahushua. So and ultimately the Lord gives the increase, right? Even if a wicked man did teach you, the Lord's going to bring up out of that. But it says rooted and built up in him. All right, taught by righteous men, right? By the right, the Lord will send you the truth if you ask and pray for it. You know, it says rooted and built up in him. So when you're rooted and built up in him, then you're stable. You know, the scripture said this wisdom and knowledge, right, should be the stability of thine times. That's in I think that's Isaiah 33 and 6. It This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thine times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So that wisdom and knowledge is going to be your stability. So you got to get rooted, and built up in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. The book of 1 Peter 2:5. I have that one written down too. Let's get it. It says, ye also as lively stones are built up in a spiritual house and a holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh by Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right, so we are the lively stones being built, man, but you don't want to be built. You don't want to be the untempered stone. You don't want to be the stone that breaks. What can you do with a broken brick? If you're building a house or a temple or a sanctuary, then you're not going to use any broken bricks. You don't want to be those broken bricks. You want to be those tempered bricks. All right, and you be tempered by building upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, dividing the word truthfully, directly, and correctly. All right. Go back to the Corinthians. What it says. I'll start up a little bit because we got the point. If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, verse 17. If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall God destroy, for the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. All right, so you be in need to be retaught. All right, you're in need to be retaught. Let him become a fool again, so he may be wise. All right, so throw out everything you've known up to 10 now, and then you learn under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But back up to that fire, right? That the floods, right, in the book of Matthew 7, the floods came. It says, if every man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yes, so as by fire. The Lord said what he's gonna try every man by fire, man. He's gonna try you in the furnace of affliction. Trying to think where's that at? This is Isaiah. Every man should be. I chose you with the fire. I'm thinking of Zechariah 13:8. That's a good one too. But that's the one I'm thinking about right now. Is 48:7. Seeing Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. All right, so that affliction is gonna come. That affliction is gonna come upon all the world, man, to try everyone. And whether you stand or not is based on how you build right now, while it's not coming. All right, this is the book of Revelations 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. So then take heed to how you build upon. I just want to make these few words backing up Apostle Gabar in the lesson. Lord willing, I'll put that link to that video in my description box. And Lord's will, Abarak Tazah, that this lesson was edifying to the elect, man. Until next time, I'll say Shalom.